Okay, first things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of the Luminous 4K screen paint using ambient light projection technology. Game time is 5, 7, and 8. Today we're going to be talking about the difference between any silver screen, any white screen, any light gray screen. Now keep in mind that you can go online and you can buy any one of these screens. I can do that myself. They all react the same way. I can take a white screen, I can take a gray screen, I can take a light gray screen or silver screen. They're all going to react the same way. They all have very poor contrast levels. Now when it comes to our screen paint, this is why we poured out the screen paint when it came to Supreme 7 or Supreme, actually you never saw Supreme 8 because that's a step process, but you saw the Supreme 7 we poured out. It has a strange color to it. So it's black, but it's not the shade of black that everybody thinks it is. It's actually a different shade of black, and that keeps the product from being mimicked. That's why no one can do a demonstration or a falsified demonstration, because they don't know exactly what shade of black that is. It's a customized shade. Now, also too, we have done demonstrations, and feel free to check out the link at the bottom if you need me to back up what I'm saying. We have a demonstration where we did everyday black house paint versus our screen, and we did this on high bright colors and high white levels, showing you the difference between our technology and everyday black paint, that there's a difference. And this is something that wins us a lot of contracts with churches and so forth, because they can see the difference between everyday black paint and what our technology can produce, a very high white level. Now to take everyday black paint and smear it onto a piece of board and say, hey look, all black paint reacts the same way, that's not true. To tell you the truth, all paints are not designed the same. But if you look at a gray screen, you look at a white screen, you look at a silver screen, they all react the same way. Just each one of them just may have a much more better contrast, slightly by a little bit. But if you notice, they don't have contrast at all, period. They cannot produce contrast at all, period. Now, if our product was so dark and didn't have the ability to produce bright colors, then this video would fail. So I'm going to move to the side. And as you see, I got half the screen pulled up so you can see the white wall. This is the silver paint we bought online, screen paint, and then there's our technology right there. But if our technology was so dark and didn't have the ability to pull up high white levels, then that means the colors that sit in our screen would be dark. Darker than the screen here and the white wall. There is no way to fake or get around this. It's a simple demonstration. Screen, light screen paint, Supreme 7, white wall, and projector. Right there. Now when you take everyday black paint and you paint that onto a little sample sheet, put that from a white screen and say, hey, look, that's everybody's paint. No, you can't do that. Sorry. Now, let's take our lights out. How could the reds, how could everything be so bright if our product was so dark? How is that possible? Look at the Sony logo when it comes up. Alright, let's come over here and let's grab this one right here. Now, before my time runs out here, I'm Kenneth Bird from Luminous 4K Screen Paint using ambient light projection technology, game times 5, 7, and 8. And keep in mind, the hardest demonstration for any light screen, white screen, or silver screen to do, and this is the light gray screen, is the star field demonstration in a fully lit environment. That's something they cannot do, because the screens do not have contrast. Keep in mind, contrast is everything. And there's no point in you going out and spending the money for a very good projector to say, hey look, I have a 12,000 to 1 contrast, I have a 20,000 to 1 contrast, because you will never see it. I can take a projector of 200 to 1 and it will basically produce, on our technology, a much better contrast. So you can see exactly what you're getting. Now you see me moving around the shop, there's no way in the world demonstration could be fake. It is what it is. Projector, screen. Simple and plain. In order for the wall and the screen to be able to produce a somewhat decent picture, you have to be in here with the lights out. Any lights that come on the environment, that's it. Lights out, so to speak. But like I said, our screen paint is supposed to be so dark it can't pull up bright colors. Look at this. So you just can't take everyday black paint and say, hey, this is how everybody who designs black screens, this is how their product performs. No. But I can take any screen, light gray, silver, or white, and it'll perform the same way every single time. Look at the water. Between the silver screen and the water. That's why contrast is important. Contrast adds more depth, it adds more detail. Can you imagine having comic books that have no form of contrast? It's just sketches, that's it. Contrast is used in everything we do for movies, sports, even cartoons, everything. Gaming, everything. Look at the colors on the flower compared to the colors on this screen, on the silver screen. You can get up close right there so you can see it for yourself. Look at that. Reacts the same way. My camera has a 60mm zoom. I can get right up on top of the screen. Alright, let's do one more. What I enjoy doing, if we have the time here, we are going to go for the Starfield screensaver, a demonstration that a light gray screen will not do because they cannot pull up an image. See the difference now? Only a slight different. Only a little bit of dark tint. Only just a slight different, but it still reacts the same way. There's no difference than a white screen and a silver screen. They all react the same way. Alright, thank you for your time. I have to go, and God bless.